Hello folks, we're in the shed. It's late October 2025. There's a picture of my dad when he was a young man, a lot younger than me. My son looks like him now. And you see there I've got the back of an instrument, and there I've got a Rover 3500 P6 instrument panel. I was driving the car the other day. This is the Rover, not the X19, and it's a bit of a mystery still. I was driving it the other day, and it conked out because a fuse blew, and the fuse went to the. It was on the same thing as the fuel pump, and that was coming from a circuit that also controlled this instrument here, and it is the instrument that is for the. Let's see if I can hold it properly. I've got a new camera, by the way, in the moment. You see, it's the fuel and the temperature from a Rover, and it's a Smith's gauge, and they work on bimetallic strips inside. I don't know if you can see them. Let's see if I can do it the right way. Yes, you can see them there. Bimetallic strips, and they work on 10 volts. And when I bought the car, the fellow was saying, look, the gauge isn't working very well, and I thought perhaps it was the sender. But on the back, when you take them out, there's this thing, and it's a Smith's voltage regulator or stabilizer, and it's supposed to take in 12 volts and give out 10 volts. But inside it, it's a bimetallic strip taking in 12 volts, and then it opens some points, and it's supposed to do it a few times every second, and deliver 10 volts, an average 10 volts. And I've read about them getting hot, and when I took this one out of my car, the points weren't opening at all. It was just getting a steady current through it, trying valiantly. So I don't know whether that was what was causing it, but when I replaced it with a new one that another old one that I'd got from this panel that came, I ran the car for half an hour on the drive, and nothing went wrong. No fuses got hot or anything. But I looked more into these things, and let's turn it around. And you see there isn't anything there now, because there it is. That's the one. And people have been having problems with these on all sorts of British classic cars. And you see it plugs into those three little sockets there. But I found out that you can make your own voltage regulator quite easily, and you might like to do it. And here it is. There's the base of the old one, look. And on it now, I've got a voltage regulator soldered in with a heatsink, a nice natty heatsink. And make sure you connect up the right wires to the right bits there. My hands are so shaky these days, the soldering's not great, but that all works. You've got the 3 pins coming out. The red one on the right, that's for the battery, that takes the power in. Middle one is for the earth, and the left-hand one, as we see it there, that delivers 10 volts. And when I've hooked it up to the voltmeter and everything, it just gives out 10 volts, no messing about, and the heatsink takes charge of any heat. And it plugs in the back. I wonder if I can do it like that. And that's it. You've got a steady 10 volts without that sort of Heath Robinson chattering device that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, but it's 50 years old. And so this, I'm hoping, will, and I'm not going to put, some people put covers on them, but you want to get rid of the heat, so there's the heat sink. And to get them, you just get, here we are, look, a box. There's one that I wired up wrong, and it got so hot so quick. I got the one on the furthest that I've done blue. I connected that to the wrong thing, and it got so hot so quick. But it's the L7810, bottom left-hand side there, L7810, and let's have a look. You can see them all. Well, anyway, they're all in there. And then I bought. You get a whole set of heat sinks off eBay or from China, and they've got the heat sinks, and they've got the Teflon sort of thing that makes the heat go through, and screws, and they're only cheap, so you get those and these, and I've got enough now to make another I've got enough to make another 3, but they're only about £10 or something like that, if that. And it seems to be the solution. So I've tidied up my shed, a bit tidied up the table, and I was going to do some more work on the Rover and get the fuel pump hooked up with its lead going from the ignition switch, which is a white wire going from one of those through a new type of fuse, one of those, and through a fruit fuse holder, and that's what I'll do tomorrow. But there we are. Oh, and the other thing, I went into St. Column Major to have my ears de-waxed today. They suck the wax out of them, and a beautiful hardware shop in there, an old-fashioned hardware shop. There's the TSR2 and there's the TAA dinky caravel that I made, the only one in the world as far as I know, and the Australind and Eagle Wall kits, all sorts of things in here. And my Qantas Frog Qantas 707, which I converted and did the transfers for, all sorts. Some of these kits I've had since I lived in Australia when I was about 20-something. And there's my children when they were little with a Earl-style Hawker Hurricane that I made. That flew very well. And my mother, she's 94, and a Pastor Angel. That's perhaps what I am. Anyway, I'm hoping it will work. It's certainly given out a steady 10 volts, and that must be better than some old thing that... It had a screw adjuster, and I think over the years it sort of moves a little bit as it gets hot, and the points just weren't opening. And like I say, other people have complained of them getting hot or not working and irregular. You don't know how much fuel you've got in the tank. So we'll see if this works, viewers. And I had a good time on the weekend, singing at the Sea Shanty Festival, even though I wasn't invited, which I'm a bit peeved about. But there we are. I've started a fringe. They know better why they didn't want me, but I got money and people liked me. And so if any of the sea shanty lot are looking, yes, I am a bit peeved that I wasn't invited to go. I don't know what's happening there, but that is my vanity. Anyway, all the best to you all. And there it is. And let's see if I can get it all hooked up and the Rover going. Of course, there's a car show this weekend. Anyway, and thanks for subscribing when you do and all that sort of stuff. If you want to, that's fine. I'm not going to cry. And all the people I normally, Linda and Thomas and Alan and Reg and Chris and David if he watches, and or perhaps Tony, I don't know, and the two Nigels, and I'm trying to, off the top of my head here, I've forgotten you, but I haven't forgotten you really. But anyway, there it is. There's the little thing, and that is much better than a bimetallic strip. I put it through the battery on the shed, the old one, and it caught fire. It burst into flames. I did it the wrong way around again. That was fun. Anyway, all the best to you. I'm going inside now to have a steak, a ribeye steak, and a decent bottle of red wine. I hope you're all keeping warm. I've got my central heating working now. All the best to you. And from my dear Dad, love you so much. I hope you're doing well wherever you are now. Bye-bye.